Well, I'm all loaded up to head to CES Las Vegas. It's basically like a big tech conference. SEGWAY, they have a booth and exhibition there. They wanted me to come out and show you guys basically like the new products they have. And they were gonna fly me out, but I'm actually only 6 hours away via driving. And so it's a lot easier for me just to hit the road, listen to some podcasts and stuff. And this opportunity actually came at the perfect time because I just bought that McLaren engine, which was like $21,000 to get it here used. So thank you, SEGWAY. I can't wait to show you guys what they have. So let's hit the road. So I jumped in the car and headed 6 hours to Las Vegas, Nevada for the CES conference with the SEGWAY team. I really enjoy road trips by myself. It kind of just gives me some time to think and listen to some good podcasts. Good morning. Let's give you guys a little bit of a room tour. Very nice view over here. And then, yeah, this is pretty much it. Today starts Project Save the McLaren. We are here on a paid trip by SEGWAY, the tech brand and micromobility brand. They decided to have me out to make some cool content for their latest line of products. And how sick is it that we're looking over Las Vegas right now? Sponsored by one of the biggest brands in the space. SEGWAY wins because we get some awesome content. We kind of win because some of the McLaren engine is now being paid for. And you guys win because now we have a McLaren engine and we get to get back to work on that project and get the McLaren finished up. Anyway, I'm really excited for this whole thing, and I'm gonna take this video a little bit more casually. We're gonna go see some cool tech, and then I'll get home and we'll get this McLaren figured out. Let's get to it. So we're at the Red Rock Casino Resort, and naturally I'm at like the very last room in the hallway. I had to make like 5 trips bringing stuff into my room last night. It's a lot of walking. Gotta say, man, though, it's a really good experience overall so far. So if you don't know, CES is basically just a huge technology conference with some of the biggest brands in the world, basically flexing all their new products. And SEGWAY was kind enough to have me out with their team this year. Finally made it. Let's show you guys some of the coolest tech the world currently has available. Let's go find SEGWAY, see what they got. This was the first time I had ever been to CES, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. The convention center is massive, and it would have taken me a couple days inside there to see everything. So many people, so many cool things to see, but I was on a mission to find SEGWAY. And find them I did, and I was immediately blown away by the whole setup. Insane amounts of money into not only marketing for the event, but obviously a lot of budget put to R&D for their latest technology and product. I review some of their e-bikes and e-scooters, but the new Gen 3 lineup was a huge advancement in technology, and they just have so much more than I thought they did. For example, I had no idea they had self-driving autonomous lawnmowers that map your yard and cut the grass, then go and dock themselves for charging. So when I get my mansion and my yacht next year, I'll definitely grab a few of those. All right, I know it's a little crowded, but here we are at the SEGWAY booth. I'm gonna do my best to get you guys some shots of what they all have. These are the super scooter lines. They're a ton of fun. I get glimpses into like their product line when they send things to me to review, but I did not realize just how much they have. SEGWAY, you guys better freaking send me that thing. And when I say their technology is getting better, I'm not even talking just about digital technology, but advancements also in mechanical components as well. They had displays with their self-sealing tires, different suspension types, and their motors. It was really cool.
Well, we're here at CES 2025 and we have our all-new 3rd generation lineup of electric kick scooters. So starting here with our E2 Pro, this is kind of our entry-level scooter. It is the lightest, most compact folding scooter in our lineup. It's got a magnesium frame, only about 28 pounds, and a very compact form factor. But even at entry level, it still has elastomer torsion suspension for a very smooth ride, our SEGRide stability enhancement system, and other cool features like 256 color ambient underglow lighting. And if portability and convenience is your priority, it's a great option. Move up to our F series here. This is a great mid-level commuter. We have the F3 and the F3 Pro. They're gonna have hydraulic front suspension, elastomer rear, great range. Both of those are gonna be about 44 miles per charge, but you can sort of see here, we're working on an external battery to extend your range even further.
Wow.
So that's gonna be a cool
awesome
upgrade when that's available. And then on to our Max G3, our flagship premium commuter scooter. So the Max series is the best selling in our lineup. It's got a lot of features and tech packed in there. So it's got our SEGRide stability enhancement, it's got SEG range optimization. So For the same size battery, you can go 20% farther before charging than you can with our competitors. Beautiful TFT smart display, full color, high resolution, navigation right in front of you, real-time ride specs like speed, range, Bluetooth connectivity, you can see incoming calls, and it's also got wireless proximity locking. We're calling that AirLock. So your scooter's locked, you're in the store, you're grabbing a bite to eat, you come out, as soon as you approach the scooter, it unlocks and it's ready to go, just like your car.
That's awesome.
It's also got traction control and anti-lock braking. Safety is a really big priority for us here at SEGWAY, so we build fast, fun products, but we also try to make them as safe as possible, as convenient and comfortable as possible. Yeah, riding is believing. We have a mini test track here, and we have an even bigger test track at our off-site location close by where you can go a little bit faster, because I really believe you have to try these products to really appreciate how good they are.
Maybe next year you guys have a drag strip out here too, and we just...
Yeah, get some races going, absolutely. So here we have our all-new GT3 lineup. We have the GT3 Super Scooter. That's available for pre-order today for $14.99, $200 off the $16.99 retail for a limited time. So you've got a fantastic performance product here. 2,400 watts, 45 miles of range, and 31 mile per hour max speed. Disc brakes, full suspension.
For those specs, that's a great price.
Yeah, it's a lot of bang for the buck. And the absolute top of our lineup, we have the GT3 Pro. So this is an absolute supercar packed into a kick scooter. It's got a unique linkage design front suspension, hydraulically damped and adjustable. It actually has 7,000 watts of power, so it's two-wheel drive, 3,500 watts per wheel, 50 mile an hour top speed, and up to 86 miles on a single charge. Hydraulic disc brakes, slotted performance rotors, because when you're going that fast, you really need to throw out the anchor. Those will do the trick. These guys also have all the smart tech we talked about in the Max G3. So they're not just all brawn, they're also brains. And that's a quick overview of our new third generation micro-mobility lineup here at CES, and we hope you enjoyed it, and you'll check out store.segway.com. Here's an exploded view of one of our hub motors, and there's a lot that goes on with SegRange, but there's an advanced controller algorithm, unique wiring, and there's also special tire compounds for lower rolling resistance while still maximizing grip. That all helps to make it much more efficient. So the one on the right is a standard coil spring. This one is going to be hydraulically damped like some of our higher end models, and hopefully you can kind of see the difference there with that hydraulic damping. It's much more smooth and controlled. One of my favorite things here is actually our self-sealing tire technology. If you're familiar with like bike tubeless tires, you've got this liquid latex sealant. It does a great job when it works, but it also gets dried out, gunky, you've got to change it. Our engineers came up with a solution of sort of this jelly layer impregnated in the tire carcass. You can kind of see what that looks like when this nail comes up and punctures the tire, and you can see from the inside what happens. It immediately seals, and then you have a permanent solution. You're not changing the sealant. You can get home or to wherever you're going. And we talked a lot about that smart TFT display and some of the functions. So here's a really cool visualization. So much larger here, but on the front of your scooter, you're gonna see real-time stats like your speed, what mode you're in, how many miles you have left till you need to plug in. You can see your caller ID and your reservation charging. Also a really cool feature, navigate mode.
No way, that's
real-time
awesome.
turn-by-turn directions, just like in your car, right at your fingertips.
That's one thing I've been wanting for so long on scooters. That's so sick.
Smart tech is here.
So sick, man. Well, thanks, Don. I appreciate you running us through all that stuff.
Absolutely, thanks for coming out. We're having a great time, and thank you guys for following along.
Hey there, I'm Nick Howe. I am the head of eBikes here for SEGWAY in North America. Two new bikes I want to talk about. I want to start with the Cyber specifically, because this is kind of a flagship product for us. Cyber is what we would call an off-road or unclassified vehicle. First of all, this product has a top speed of 35 miles per hour, 175 newton meters of torque. What the heck does that mean? That means we can go 0 to 20 in 2.7 seconds.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. So it's a super acceleration machine. That single battery has a range of about 56 miles if you're riding in normal condition. If you add the second battery, that doubles the range to 112 miles. It also increases the output of the motor from a torque power maximum of 3,000 watts to 6,000 watts through the controller. So you get a super torquey bike that can go a really long way at 35 miles per hour. It's really fun to ride. One of the things that we talked about at SEGWAY though when we entered into the e-bike space is that we wanted to offer something different. And offering something different for us meant we wanted to really assess and address the interface of the rider and the bicycle itself. About 8 years ago, we started designing something called the Intelligent Ride System. If a rider is using this product, they should be able to experience it the same way they do a car. When you get out of your car, you have a key, you can walk away from your car and oftentimes it'll lock. We've designed the same thing in this bike. This has air lock. It actually has an interface with an app on your phone that means if you park this bicycle, put the kickstand down, walk away more than 10 feet, it sets its own alarm. It locks the steering column and the motor, and it sets an alarm in your phone. So if somebody does try to move this bike, or kick this bike, or knock it over, the alarm goes off and you can come out and check it out. And in the instance that some crazy person finds a way to put it into the back of their vehicle, it's loaded with Apple Find My, and it has a secondary function as well to help keep it from being stolen. So it's charging your phone while you're getting from point A to point B. We all know that our car is really just a great big phone
big charger, yeah.
That's that for sure. So
that's awesome.
Cyber is a toy, it's fun. In the instance that you do want to have an on-road bike, in the summer this year we'll be launching a 20-mile-per-hour Class 2 version that will have some additional features for on-road use like turn indicators, so keep your eye out for that. If Cyber is about torquey, high-speed adventures and like living in a class somewhere between like a moped and a bicycle, the Safari is really a more traditional e-bike in the sense that it's Class 2 with a modification to Class 3 and Class 1, and a bicycle really built for sort of like after-work adventures or commuting, it doesn't matter, right? This is a traditional bike, incredibly stable. I like to think of Safari as sort of the light SUV of the e-bike world. It's got suspension front and rear. It's not over-suspended, so really it's designed for riding on gravel roads, getting out on big, long 88-mile rides, which is the range of the battery. So if you want to really get out and get after it on a weekend, you're not really limited in how far you can go, which is pretty super cool. Has the same intelligent ride system I talked about with Cyber. What are some of the other features that intelligent ride system offers? It interfaces with your phone. If you have a music app and you want to change songs or you want to turn your volume up, you can do that right from the controller here. We actually have a navigation system integrated into this as well. That navigation system that's integrated into this comes from the same navigation company that makes these for some of the bigger European auto manufacturers. So really loaded with high tech. You want to ride at night, no problem. This is a 1300 lumen light. Automatically turns on as light dims, so you don't really even have to think about it. The bike is just going to do its work. And my favorite feature really in this bike isn't something that you can see. Inside our intelligent ride system, we have an adaptive system that's developed around two different sensors. One is a torque sensor, which many e-bike companies have, but the other is a gyroscope sensor. That gyroscope sensor can manage or measure the gradient that you're on, and the torque sensor measures the rider input. The combination of those two things allows this bike to very easily maintain whatever kind of ride experience the rider wants. So if you want really long range, you can dial down into an eco mode, and that torque sensor and gyroscope will limit the power output to the motor to only when you need it. Vice versa, if you want to get to work and not be sweaty in your suit for your business meeting, no problem. You can turn that thing up to full gas and you won't even experience a hill, even if you live on the streets of San Francisco. So I feel like this bike really offers some pretty cool experience. And I would encourage you to take a look at both on SegwayShop.com or Segway.com as soon as you get an opportunity. The bikes are available today for pre-order. They're available for delivery the beginning of February. We'd be super excited for you to check them out, have a look, and see what we have brewing.
So that was a wrap for day one. The next day was demonstration day at an off-site location where we got to actually test all their latest electric vehicles. And they even got me to wear a helmet in a video for the first time ever. How about that? All right, well, we're here at the SEGWAY, the demonstration, and I'm gonna jump on some scooters, jump on some bikes, and we're just gonna get to this thing, dude. I'm excited. I'm very excited to test out these products.
It's mode.
Yep, and race mode.
Race mode.
There we
This
go.
is where everybody stops me. Right?
There we go.
Wow.
Sounds good. I'm more of an eco guy myself.
Are you an eco guy? Okay.
I'm just kidding. Thank you. Definitely not gonna be dragging any knee here on eco mode. Let's freaking ramp it up a little bit. Race mode, there we go. Let's do this. This is a very smooth ride. Definitely powerful enough. I have no real complaints here. It feels nice, man. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like a little motorcycle, electric motorcycle. I absolutely loved the production of this whole thing. SEGWAY had a video crew out there, man, and it was a ton of fun work with them. I also just met a ton of great people. Ben from Authentic was actually holding my camera, helping me film here. And this whole event just felt like one cohesive team, even though none of us really had met before. The whole, just the technology and everything was a huge improvement. Great machine though, like I'm impressed with the whole lineup here. It's just impressive machines. So that wraps demonstration day, and later that night, SEGWAY invited me to their CES 2025 after party just to hang out and have a good time. I've always liked SEGWAY products, but this whole experience also showed me that not only do they make good electric vehicles, they are also just good people. It was just such a privilege being there with them. Not once did they talk to me about work, and I just felt like a guest the entire time, and they just trusted I'd get content. I love that. So definitely check them out. I'll put the link below. They absolutely earned it on this whole trip. So the last night of this trip, I couldn't help but reflect on the whole trip and everything that's been happening recently. After having to buy the McLaren engine, it was just so nice being able to get out of town for a bit and just clear my mind. It got me focused on what really matters again. All right, well, just like that, this trip comes to an end. I'm a little sleep deprived. I'm very much looking forward to getting back to the McLaren project. The engine is supposed to get delivered either today or tomorrow. So I'm hoping tomorrow so I can actually be there for it. Anyway, had a great time. SEGWAY, thanks again for having me out. Hopefully you have me out again next year. And I think room service just came in. So I'll see you guys back in California.